Hi guys and welcome. So in this video we're going to go through a bit of a service on the spray booth and also take a look at the Baxt WP10 Wall coating. So as you can see in this picture, it's pretty much standard booth at this point. It's got a bit of overspray on it. It's been well used. It's only about 18 months old, but unfortunately one of the last painters that was in here didn't really look after it the best. Got a hell of a lot of overspray and stuff on the walls. It needs a good service and a good clean out. Now the first thing for us was we stripped everything out, gave it a really good pressure wash out top to bottom, and got the floor painted. Now that's something that's very important. It'll help keep the dust down, and obviously as the floor paint wears off, any concrete dust or anything from the floor can kick up quite easily. So getting the floor painted and getting that clean and tidy again so it was easy to mop out and easy to keep on top of was one of the priorities. Then the main priority for me really was the walls, which is where we're going to go into the review for the Baxt WP10 Wall coating.
Right, so this is the product from Baxt. It comes in this application box. The roll's already pre-fitted into the box, so literally you can just peel your roll straight out and apply it straight up your wall. Now we are going to show one layer of this being fitted, and then we'll time lapse the rest of the booth. And we'll also do a little bit of a before and after shot at the end of the video so you guys can see how this works. Now, we've pulled one section of this off, and as you can see it's numbered. Now, the very first initial layer on this Baxt coating, if we can get it off, is just a clear protective film, because underneath all 5 layers I've got a tacky adhesive coating. So once you fitted this to your spray booth or anything like that, rather than putting one of the spray coatings or anything on like that, not only have you got the tacky coating that's going to help with all your dirt and all, you know, your overspray etc in the booth, but you've also got these 5 layers. So say, I don't know, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, or however long it takes, once your booth gets dirty, then you can peel it off quite easily. Just go along, peel it off and reveal a brand new white layer underneath. And they're all numbered, so you can tell just how long you've got left on your booth walls before you actually run out. And the good thing is that if you've got a booth like we've got here, where maybe the walls have taken a bit of stick over time and they've got a little bit of overspray and that sort of thing on, once you've fitted this and applied this to your spray booth, your booth's going to look bright white and like brand new again. So we're going to get on now and start doing a bit of a fitting on this first piece, just to show you guys how easily this goes on. And then once we've started this first piece, we'll stick the camera on the tripod at the back of the booth and give you guys a bit of a time lapse of the rest of the spray booth.
So as you can see, this is actually quite easy to install. You just peel it straight out from the box, line up the 2 edges, which do slightly overlap, so it keeps it nice and sealed, but also makes each sheet easy to peel off the layers from. And then with the squeegee that actually comes in the box itself, you can then just squeegee it down your walls as you go along. Now we did actually have a slight problem with this, because at the time when we got sent this out there was no application instructions, so we thought basically that we could just clean the whole booth out. We gave all the walls a scrub down with some red Scotch-Brite, some TFR, and then rinsed all the walls off to try and get as much of the overspray and everything off as we can. But prep wise for your booth, if you fit this, you do need to give the walls a light sand to make sure that the walls are a nice smooth surface for this to stick. Now although we did have this issue, the guys from Baxt and from DTC sent someone straight out to us to give us a hand to sort the issue out, and I have to say the customer service was absolutely spot on. And from now on they are actually putting a full set of instructions for new and used booths in the box. And as we say, all it needed was just a light sand over with a P320 on the DA, and then we wipe the walls down with thinners. They were nice and smooth and nice and clean, and then this stuff sticks really well. And as you can see, not only does it give you that nice tacky coating and that nice peelable surface over the time that you've got this on your walls, but you've also got the added bonus that every layer's got that tacky coating. And this particular booth is a HALTEC booth. It's a full-size booth, and it only took us around about 3.5 to 4 hours to actually do the whole job on the complete booth, and it really has brined it up and left it extremely nice and clean. the tacky and the anti-static properties of the film itself really, in the jobs that I've done this week, really are keeping the dust and the dirt down well. I did a really big job on a Seat Ibiza for the other day, and even though it had two sides, a bonnet and both bumpers, there wasn't hardly any dust in it whatsoever. But it is important that even if you are doing something like this, to make sure that you keep on top of your booth day to day as well.
So guys, as you can see now, we've gone from dirty wall to nice, clean, fresh white wall, and then when we're ready, we can just hit these layers, peel those layers off once the whole booth's done. And once the booth is done, we'll peel that initial layer off to reveal the tacky coating behind it.
So as we were saying there, the actual initial layer on this film is just a clear protective layer which protects the tacky coating. So once you've installed this all around your booth like we're doing here, then the very initial layer, before you do any painting or any baking or anything whatsoever, once you've got it all fitted and all trimmed up, needs to come straight off. That will then reveal that nice tacky coating on that first layer, and then whenever you're ready then, or whenever you see fit, if your booth's dirty or you know, if say the dirt count in your jobs is going up, then you know it's about time that you pull that next layer off. And as I said, I think one of the biggest things with spray booths is day-to-day cleanliness on your booth. Each day I get in the shop early, I give the booth a sweep out and I mop the floor, just to try and keep any settled dust or dirt down that is in the booth. And also obviously making sure that your cars go in there clean is also a big priority, to make sure that you know, you can limit the dust and the dirt that's inside your booth as well. And as you can see from this time lapse, you know, it turns what's looking like a bit of a messy booth into a really nice clean booth again. It was like when we finished this and we actually went in there, it was a bit like walking into a brand new booth again. It brightened the booth up no end. Obviously with everything being bright white again, it really lit up the booth really well and really made it a much nicer environment to be painting cars in. So a quick rundown for you guys of what we've actually done. We scrubbed the booth top to bottom after we took the filters out using some red scotch and some TFR. We then gave the walls a light sand over with a P320, washed the booth fully out, and then gave the walls a light wipe down with thinners just to make sure they were nice and clean and smooth for this Baxt wall coating to stick. Then on the Saturday morning, we painted the floor, and we came in on the Sunday on the bank holiday weekend to actually fit the Baxt WP10 Wall coating. This is available from DTC. It's a great product from Baxt, and I have to say it's really made a mountain of difference to our spray booth. I'll leave links in the description to that, so you guys, if you've got a booth or anything, you want to take a look at it, you can head over to Baxt and take a look at the product. They've also got an intelligent measurement system on their website, so you can type your booth dimensions in and it will tell you how many rolls you need, so you don't have to try and work out per box how many rolls you'd need or anything like that. It's all done through an automated system on their website, which is another great feature as well. Then once we got all the wall coating fitted and all that was done, obviously it's time to make sure we've got a nice fresh set of filters in the spray booth, and then we gave it one last final mop and clean out to make sure that everything was like basically like new again. And when I painted the first car in here, it came out immaculately clean. It was like painting in a brand new booth again. And like I say, just that little bit of upkeep on your booth every day, like mopping the floors, making sure your doors kept shut at all times apart from when you're bringing a car in or out. Little things like that go a long way to keeping your booth in tip-top condition all year round. And obviously the bonus now we've got the 5-layer wall coating on, we can just pull a layer off every now and again when the dirt count goes up or when everything's starting to look a bit dirty, and then it'll basically be like working in a brand new spray booth again with the least amount of time needed.
So guys, as you can see, the booth now is fully redone. It's taken us around about 4 hours to do all the walls, fit all the coating and take all that first layer off, so you've got that nice tight coating left. We've also changed the booth filters as well and gone around the whole booth just to make sure that everything's nice, everything's neat and everything's looking new again. And I mean, as you can see, I mean this booth is 2 years old and it's now like a brand new booth again. Now, I'd say the biggest thing But this is now that whenever we come to it, we can pull that extra layer off whenever it gets dirty. I'm not quite sure how long it'll take, but even say once every couple of months we take a layer off and then that'll keep it nice and clean. So including all the work we've done to service the booth, we'll give it a full press wash out before we started, roof, everything, and then we stripped all the filters out, washed all the floor and everything out, painted all the floor first to make sure that's all nice and fresh. We keep that dust down because obviously once the floor paint wears off, you get a bit of concrete dust and stuff like that. Then we fitted all the Baxt wall coating, and I have to say great thanks to DTC and also Baxt for sending us that out, and also sending these reusable coveralls out, which we'll do a little bit of a review on as well, because I have to say they are really nice and they do fit really well. It's probably the best fitting coveralls that I've had so far off any of the firms really. So we'll do a bit of a review on these coveralls as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys on how we service the booth and how we tied it up. But obviously you'll see the kind of difference it will make. It's not only a lot brighter, but obviously a lot cleaner. And it's a lot easier now, we can actually keep it cleaner, because we can just rip the coat off and go again. So thanks very much for watching guys. Don't forget, if you like the video, give it a share, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos to come soon. Thanks guys.